Reform and opening up is the most inspiring China story, which carries with it profound global significance. As this year marks the 40th anniversary of China's reform and opening up, it gives me great pleasure to meet guests from around the world in Hong Kong, a city connecting China to the rest of the world and a place where the East and the West converge. Together, we will review the grand journey of reform and opening up, discuss its implications for the world, and envision the unique role of Hong Kong in the new era. Reform and opening up has transformed China and blazed a new trail for the nation. Over the past 4 decades, the Chinese people have forged ahead under the leadership of the Communist Party. We have relied on ourselves based on a keen awareness of the national realities. And we have also drawn on the successful experience of other countries. We have successfully embarked on a path of socialism with Chinese characteristics. Following this path, China has made a historic transformation from lagging behind to catching up with, or even leading the times. We have proved with our own success story that there is more than one path leading to modernization. The Chinese people will remain firmly committed to this righteous path. Reform and opening up has benefited the whole world and promoted global peace and prosperity. China's success in reform and opening up also demonstrates that opening up, cooperation, and multilateralism are better than isolation, confrontation, and unilateralism. Building roads is better than building walls. After 4 decades, socialism with Chinese characteristics has entered a new era. Reform and opening up of China has reached a new starting point. China has opened its arms to embrace the world by promoting reform and opening up in the new era. We hope that in turn, other countries will also keep their doors open to China. Hong Kong and the motherland have advanced and prospered together in the reform and opening up process. Hong Kong has made historic contribution to China's reform and opening up, particularly alongside the tempo of the reform and opening up. The one country, two systems has turned from a concept into reality in Hong Kong. This formula is full of vitality, making steady progress in the right direction. Reform and opening up in a new era needs Hong Kong's participation and will enable Hong Kong to prosper further. During this process, Hong Kong will definitely contribute what the country is in need by bringing into full play its unique strengths. Our Hong Kong compatriots will share both the historic responsibility of national rejuvenation and the pride of a strong and prosperous China.
If I were to pick 2 events in the 20th century, the first one I'll say is the First and Second World War, resulting in the invention, so to speak, of the weapon of mass destruction. And yet out of that, the rise of a new global world order led by the United States that has given us the peace of the last 70 years and perhaps some problems that are yet to surface. The second one, obviously to me, can only be the reform and the economic opening of China in 1978. No one has ever improved the livelihood of more people to the greatest extent in the shortest period of time as that, sorry to say, shorter gentleman by the name of Deng Xiaoping.
This year marks the 40th anniversary of China's reform and opening up, which has profoundly changed the country and the lives of its people and helped change the world. It has been well acknowledged that over this 40 years journey, Hong Kong has played a significant and unique role. We are proud of our contribution, and we are even more proud to witness the achievements of our country in the past 40 years. Our country has become an economic powerhouse and has also become a key stabilizer and driving engine for global economic growth.
China's miracle has not been a matter of chance. It's above all the fruit of a long, comprehensive, and ambitious strategy. China tends to be a model for many countries in Latin America or Africa, where the combination of economic openness with the respect of national sovereignty offers an alternative way of development. The last decade has witnessed the growing commitment of China in global governance under the presidency of Xi Jinping. In a time of rising threats and global divisions, China's reforms can show the way of global reforms based only on initiative and cooperation.
The impact of the reform and opening up policy has not been limited to within China. It is also exerting a major influence on numerous surrounding nations. To bring greater visibility to these benefits, 4 years ago, President Xi introduced his Belt and Road Economic Bloc Initiative. The single greatest goal of President Xi's Belt and Road Initiative lies in achievement of peace. Specifically, peace accomplished through prosperity on the groundwork of a regional community bound together by common fate. For myself, I heartily endorse this vision from the very bottom of my heart.
These two words, reform and opening up, can be regarded as the core of Chinese wisdom, and they have also deeply diffused into our blood. In a sense, this has become the nation's spirit and the DNA.
I am asked almost every day whether it was a mistake for China to join the WTO. Of course it was not a mistake. Coupled with WTO, has led 1 of every 10 people on planet Earth out of poverty. If that was all that happened, that this would not have been one of the great historic achievements.
What's the success factors which made China to be so successful? And what changed in terms of relationship between China and the rest of the world?
Reform and opening up has imbued them with an extraordinary energy, a huge desire for change, growing curiosity, ambition, openness, and a great appetite for learning. It offered an alternative to the Western neoliberal model and its developmental adjunct, the Washington Consensus.
China's success is often called an economic miracle, but I don't believe that that term is entirely accurate. It is fully explicable by standard economic laws. But while China's success was therefore not an economic miracle, it was, I believe, a political miracle. This unusually effective political leadership enabled China to escape the poverty trap far sooner and far more successfully than many other poor countries have been able to do.
This peaceful rise of China and develop together with China in such a way that East Asia has become the most, I think, developing part of the globe.
A stable U.S.-China relation is good for Chinese reform and opening up. And a deeper Chinese reform and opening up is helpful for stabilize of the relations.
Hong Kong actually had an indispensable role over the last 40 years. Now, what we like to hear from these gentlemen is that what is the next step for Hong Kong? What's the role that Hong Kong can play going forward?
Hong Kong is strategically placed and would say indeed destined to play a key and crucial role as a superconductor, super facilitator, and super promoter between China and the world as our country continues to open up to the rest of the world.
We must strive to do better
if we aspire to be a meaningful international financial center that plays a pivotal role in financial intermediation between the mainland of China and the rest of the world.
A key value that Hong Kong can add is within Guangdong province, to do all that is politically possible to enhance the so-called four flows within the Greater Bay Area: the flow of people, the flow of goods, the flow of capital, and the flow of information.
The first new role is to serve as the bridgehead and global management center for mainland enterprise who are seeking to compete on the global stage.
In this process, China lifted more than 700 million people out of poverty defined by the international standards. China has also made huge progress in political, social, democratic, legal, and human rights developments. It is because we have found a development path that suits China's national conditions. The success of China's reform and opening up has made the world more peaceful and prosperous. While developing itself, China strives to provide public good to the world.
那么这是外交部驻香港公署第一次举办大型的国际研讨会，也是我们通过香港平台国际表达来讲好中国故事的一个创新实践。我们今天这个和香港明天更好基金一起举行这个国际研讨会，目的呢是进一步的凝聚共识，汇集众力，为新时代的改革开放来建言献策，为香港在新时代这个再创辉煌来鼓劲加油。同时呢，也是为捍卫这个现在维护世界的和平繁荣，为构建人类命运共同体贡献我们的智慧。